Good day, good day, good day, everybody. Welcome to the Atlanta Discuss channel. It's a startup and innovators. Yes, we started this earlier this year. We bring to you vibrant, fantastic young Africans that have done very nice things. Sometimes extraordinary, mostly extraordinary actually, but are people that own a business. They own a business, and that's a lot. Starting a business, they always tell their story. It starts rough, but they get it right. But what we try to do really is let them share their experience with us, what they've gone through, where they are, and where they're going. And we've spoken to people in tech, we've spoken to people in medicine, we've spoken to people in different areas of life. We don't limit it actually. We just need vibrant young African. Africa is not about negative news. It doesn't matter where you are, but African, you could be Kenyan, Nigerians, yeah. But people say I'm biased towards Nigerians. I mean, I'm always pro-Nigeria. Yeah, Nigeria is the largest concentration of black people all over the world. 1 out of every 4 sub-Saharan African is a Nigerian. 1 out of every 6 black person on the entire planet is a Nigerian. But my friend in Botswana will tell me, okay, so what does that mean? Does Nigeria have enough agriculture to feed the whole world? It's just population. Is Nigeria the most technologically advanced country in the world? Well, we'll see. But today I have a very erudite, fantastic young guy. He's one of my favorite, I can say. His name is Damola Adeoti. Damola, welcome to Startup and Innovators on the Atlanta Discuss channel.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's a privilege, it's an honor, it's a pleasure. I appreciate what you're doing. So it's an absolute privilege to be on this platform. Thank you.
Fantastic. We're excited to have you too. I'm sure it should have happened a while back, but better late than never.
Hey,
I'm going to introduce you, and naturally I'll let you tell your story, which
okay.
is one idea. Damola is a change initiator for humanity. You're going to hear the meaning of all that. He's doing a human job in that area. Yes, he's the owner of Quality Grooming Studio. Also, he's the founder of POBC non-profit organization. Yeah, he's all over the place. If you follow him on LinkedIn, he's always, fantastic. So now, Damola, let's cut the chase, go for the jugular. So we're going to talk about POBC, the non-profit organization. That's where we're going to really start from. So your mission and vision, can you share the story behind POBC for us and what inspired you starting a non-profit, and what's it all about?
Thank you for that great question. So POBC, the full meaning for POBC is Purpose of Barbering Community. So you just POBC. Because the purpose of barbering community is it's long, so we just try to shorten it to POBC, so that way when we introduce ourselves, we always say this is the POBC community, but when we have stuff down, when we do the regular stuff, we just say POBC, so that way that those letters can stamp in people's head. That's the purpose about why we use POBC, even though the main thing is purpose of barbering community. So the old organization started in 2022 when I went back home. So when I was going back home,
I'm sorry to interject you. I say home. Where home?
Nigeria. Yeah.
Nigeria. So where are you right now? Where are you right now? At the moment, where are you? Atlanta?
I'm in Atlanta. So
yeah, you're in Atlanta. Yeah, just for the purpose of people watching. All right, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So when I went back home to Nigeria in 2022, so I was like, okay, whenever I want to do anything, I like to include a purpose behind it, so that way it's like an experience, so that way I can remember that time and be like, man, I remember when I did this. But I feel like if I don't put a purpose behind it, I probably won't remember it as much as I should. So I was just talking, and God just gave me an idea. He said, hey, serve, give back to your community. I'm looking like, what do you mean give back? He was like, serve your community. He was like, give back in your area of gifting. And I'm the best barber in the world. So I was like, okay. And I thought to myself, before you can influence anybody, you got to be able to speak their language. Because I don't want to go back home and be like, oh, I'm this and that. I'm from America. Okay, you from America. So what? I don't care. We see people from different part of the country at work every day. So what makes you any different? So I was like, okay, let me go on this. How you say to catch a monkey, you got to throw him a banana.
Yeah.
I use their analogy, but I use to get in touch with these people, you have to speak their language. So I went in the language of barbering.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was planning it, I talked to somebody back home, some stranger. My sister, my uncle's wife introduced me to this guy. His name is Mike. He does things like talking to people and getting people together. So I told him, hey, sign up for some barbers for me, and each barber that you signed up in a group, I would give you a thousand naira. Because I
Oh
mean,
wow,
yeah, I was like, because I want him to do a good job. I don't want,
I
I
love
don't
that.
want him to be like doing anything free. So we created a group on WhatsApp, and that's how we started. And that's how I started talking to them like, hey, I'm coming in town. This is what I do. This is what I do. And then, I started encouraging them. I never met none of these people before, like not one of them before. So
Wow,
that's how I started. I wanted to influence them in a good way by barbering. I want to tap into their mindset to do it barbering the proper way. Because
mm,
back home in Nigeria, not all of them, we just rush and do this, rush and do that because we see somebody else doing it. And I was like, nah, let's understand the fundamentals, understand the foundation. So that way, when you do this, you do it differently. So that's just a short
mhm.
sentences of how the organization started.
Oh wow, I like it. I like the way you went about it.
I
So let's
appreciate
talk
it.
about impact and goals, because I know you're target driven. So what specific issue does POBC aim to address, and how do you measure the organization's success? And
Okay.
what are some notable achievements or milestone that you have to show today?
Thank you. So the mission for our organization is we are raising leaders in the
Hmm.
youth segment in Nigeria. That's our mission, raising leaders. Because I feel like, most youth in Nigeria don't see themselves as a bridge to the future. So I want them to know, hey, if you want to see a change, you have to be the change. And there's no future without a youth. So it's like trying to go from May Island to another island in Lagos, trying to get from May Island to Victoria Island without a bridge. How would you get there? Are you gonna fly? You can't fly. So I want the youth to see themselves as, in order for me to get from the main island to Victoria Island, I need to go through a bridge. So they are the bridge to the future. So I wanted to know that they are important to the future, because without them there will be no future. So that's the mission, and then the vision is to empower and influence the cosmetology industry, the barbering industry with high standards, morals, values, and proper business ethics.
Mm.
So so that way we can have we can have. I just don't want to do. I wanted to have a structure, so that way whatever that we do, we have a goal that we're going at. So the way we measure, to answer your question, the way we measure success is by mentorship and coaching. From the last event that we started, we mentor these guys, we are coaching them, and then we have a group WhatsApp group that we still do this since 2022. We still keep in touch for the people that signed up, and more barbers are been added to the group, so we can give them knowledge, we can give them more, like, insight on things that they don't know. And those people that came to the last event, they were able to mentor other kids because we were able to tap into their mind. So they took the same information and applied it to their businesses. And then it was like, okay, since this guy came all the way from Atlanta to do this in Nigeria, so I've gained what I want to gain. But my job is to pass that information to somebody else. So that's how we measure our success.
Oh wow, I like that. And what I pick from that is that a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I like that. So, what are the major challenges you facing right now? I'm sure everybody has challenges. And where do you see your organization in future? Maybe
Okay.
next 5, 10 years.
So major challenges right now is tapping into people's mind.
Oh
That's the
yeah,
hardest.
not funded, not funded. Money.
Money is there.
Okay. I'm
If I had
surprised. Do you know why I interjected you? But most people I ask, the first thing they say is money. That money, yeah, because you need money for logistics moving around. So I was impressed with what you said. So that's why they're not
I
money.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I used to give the group this analogy.
Mm.
I messaged them back and forth, not to
Okay.
focus on the money. I said, even at the last event, I said, if you give somebody
Mm.
500K naira
Mm.
with a good mindset, and you give another person 2 billion naira with a bad mindset. The guy with the 2 billion naira will die because that money will kill him because he doesn't know what to do with that money. And the guy with the 500k naira multiply that money surpasses that $2 billion. I mean naira because it has a good mindset. So that's why money is part of our thing that we need. But my first thing is making sure that they see a reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. First, their mind, to tap into their mind, because a lot of people are so used to doing things the same way and they don't even see the necessity of growing. So the first entrance is like, making sure that, hey, I'm here for you to make a change. I'm here for you to change your mind. I'm here for you to grow. I'm here for you to know that you're a leader so that when people that come after you can be a leader too. That's the first thing. And then I would say money comes in, funding comes in the picture too. Because the thing that we did in the event that we hosted in 2022, I most of the money I came out of my pocket because I was blessed and I'm still blessed. So, and I was like, for me to wait for people to support me, I wouldn't do anything. So the first seed, you got to plant it yourself. And then as it grows. So it's growing now, but this one is bigger than me. So we actually are opening up a GoFundMe to for support, because this time around we're doing two locations. So I can't do it by myself. I don't want to do it by myself. Absolutely not, because it takes a group. So those are the two main things. And the second question is, where do I see this organization in 5 years? I see it in, to be honest with you, Africa, because when other African countries are seeing what we're doing, because this is not just about barbering, by the way. This is bigger. This organization and this vision surpasses my own existence on this planet anyway. So when they start to see that, okay, they are pointing to the youth out of love, not because we want something out of it. Other African countries will be like, okay, we want you to come in and do this event. We want you to come in and do this event, because you don't know who you can tap into, because somebody else can catch a vision and save 1 million people off of one encounter. So, and then this event is going to draw collaboration, sponsorship, because they will see the value that we bring to the community. They will see the difference that we bring to the community. So the strengths are great and the opportunities are like exceedingly like marvelous. So we just got to do the groundwork right now to make sure that our foundation is firm.
Fantastic. So I want to know, how do you balance? You have a quality grooming studio. I know that it does a lot of things, hair styling, and all that, and how do you balance running that and running the NGO? And what skills set have you applied from one to the other and vice versa?
People management, I would say that's the number one skill. That's a skill set. I mean, you got to know how to manage people as a business owner. You got to know how to you got to know your client for who they are. So if you know how to manage people and you can kind of like give them a structure of the way you run your own business and they respect that structure, you can take that into anything. So I took the same principles into the NGO. Managing people. It's probably one of the hardest things anybody can ever want to do. But I feel like if you can manage yourself, you'll be able to manage people properly. So those are the skills that I took from Quality Grooming Studio as my own business to the nonprofit organization that we started. And you gotta pay the bills. So bills gonna knock at you the first of
Oh God, in America, yeah, it will.
It gets to a point in your life that paying bills is not even like, I'm not here to come and pay bill. I'm here for a bigger purpose. So when you start thinking about that mindset, God will start opening the doors and giving you more ideas of you fulfilling that purpose, doing what you're doing, even though you're not making money. But fulfilling that purpose brings you joy and brings you fulfillment that surpasses money. But you still got to pay bills. But that's something God will figure out for me. So that's how I handle.
So how does your business help you in the NGO? I mean, I can almost answer it for you, but I'm sure there'll be things you're going to say that I probably won't think of. I mean, your social impact, your philanthropic gesture, how does your business impact on this? Is that where all the money comes from? Is that, that kind of thing? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a self-employed person. I wake up and fetch my fish. Fish don't come to me. I gotta fetch my fish. So, like just I've been doing that. I've been doing that since 2014. So it has given me so much so much uh foundation and give me so much experience about running a business, that you got to go get it. So resilience, persistence, and consistency, and just that. Because if you run a business, you have to have a craziness in you that's like people don't understand, but you understand. You know what I'm saying?
Say that again.
So, yeah. So that I took that from that and I transferred it to the NGO, and obviously the funds that I make from my business is what I use for the NGO. And like I said, we have a GoFundMe to be able to do so I don't get all tied up because it's expensive going back home. The ticket alone is high. Talking about for like events plays and make sure people got food, give away items and stuff like that. So yes, to answer your question, yeah, the business is where some of the funds come for. But I'm doing in business, I'm transferring the same thing to the NGO because all I do is talk to young teenagers and adults. Wherever how old you are in my chair, I can connect to anybody. So it's like I'm already fulfilling my purpose for so many years. So and even though when I figured that out that I was fulfilling my purpose, I was like, wow, I've been doing this for a long time. So doing it for the NGO was more of like a continuation of what I already started.
So let's talk about leadership and inspiration. You are definitely a leader, and you're inspiring people, So it's a long question, so I have to read it out for you. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, what drives your passion for initiating change? Okay, and how do you stay motivated in the face of challenges? Can you share a pivotal moment that shaped your perspective?
Okay. So the first question is why I'm
What
doing.
drives your passion for initiating change? Yeah.
Okay, what drives
And
my passion?
how do you stay motivated in the face of challenges? And can you share a pivotal moment that shaped your perspective? So it's a 3-in-1.
Okay.
Yeah. First, what drives your passion? Let's start with that.
So the passion part is whenever I see something that needs to be done, I'm not one of those people like, oh yeah,
A hands-on guy. Yeah.
yeah, like I'll be like this. I'm more like okay, let's do it. All that talking, you can talk to tomorrow. The problem is still gonna be there. So I'm more of like, all right, how can we solve this problem? And I like equality. I don't like people and nobody getting treated fair. So whatever I can do, I would do it to, I just like to do the right thing. I like to do the right thing. So, and doing the right thing is part of my purpose in life is to, to give hope to humanity. That's my purpose in life to give people a sense of hope. So that's what drives my vision.
How do you stay motivated?
I stay motivated is just remembering on my why.
Your why, your purpose. I like that.
Yeah.
So can you share a pivotal moment that shaped your perspective? Some symbolic occasion in your life that really drove your purpose, that made you realize this is my purpose?
Okay. Yeah, I've never shared this on any platform. I've shared it on platform a lot, not in a video form. So in 2023, I went through it. But I was going through a divorce the whole year in 2023.
Okay.
I just got married August 28th. And a few months after that, I saw what's going on, But 2023 it was one of the darkest years of my life. But at the same time, it was one of my it's bigger than you years of my life. So I had to pick between paying attention to my pain or using that pain to form my purpose in life.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I had a conversation with God. I was like, this is what I'm going through. Like I just want to do everything the right way. He was like, yeah, I know. And then he was like, you have options. Either you want to pick between your pain or you want to pick between a relationship with me. And I was like, man, that's an easy that's an easy question. I say, nah, man, I'm gonna pick you out for you to, use this to propel me in life. It was darkness, but that's what made me know that okay, this is bigger than me. And most people didn't even know what I was going through because I still had to run a business.
Mm-hmm.
So that made me realize that okay, you actually are built for this because not a lot of people can go through that and run a business and not one of their clients know what's going on. So that's one of the biggest pivotal moment of my life that made me know that yeah, it's a bigger picture.
So I think you're a Christian and you're a man of faith, correct?
I'm a man of faith. Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
kingdom. Yes, sir.
I like that.
I
So how do you
appreciate it.
inspire others to join POBC? How do you inspire others to join the POBC mission? Well, I mean, because you're a man of faith now, so I have an idea of how you go about it. But I still have to ask you, how do you inspire others to join you? And what message or hope do you convey to people listening to you right now?
I inspire people to join me because it takes like-minded people to make a vision come to life. Number one.
Absolutely.
So I would throw the vision at you or your company or collaboration or nonprofit. This is what we're doing. This is what we're about. Our values and is teamwork, standards and excellence, honesty, trust, dedication, and togetherness, unity. Those are our values, ethics, morals, and all that. So I feel like if a company is in that same value system, or if a person is in the same value system, all they have to do is just look at what we're doing. They're gonna be like, you know what? You guys have got my support. So that's what we do through our events, and we have a page on Facebook, we have a website, we have a page on Instagram. So that way we push our message out there, and hopefully, by God's grace, people can catch a revelation and be like, "Hey, this is not just about bargaining. This is a movement that surpasses our understanding." So that's how we try to get people to to team up with us.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
Wow.
it's
I love that. I mean, you make it sound so simple, but I can tell you it's not easy running a business. It's not easy running an NGO. It's not easy flying from Atlanta to Africa and trying to impact people. I'm sure the first one, what's this guy talking about?
I know.
Having to pay 1,000 naira per
Boy.
person that they bring on board. You want to help. We are the one that wants to help, but
Yeah.
you encourage people. But it is what it is, It is what it is. And I'm happy you are making a lot of progress. But let me ask you this: what are some of the key lessons that you've learned throughout your journey as a change initiator, as an entrepreneur, and how this experience shaped your perspective and on your general social impact on the world generally? What are your major lessons? I mean, I've not challenged the lessons that you've learned. I'm sure you have a lot.
Oh yeah, lesson that I've learned is just keep on going. Understand what the vision is. Know your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Tribulation will come, and it will never stop coming. Distractions will come, you never stop coming.
Mm-hmm.
And all the books that I've been reading, and podcasts and audiobooks that I listen to, they make sense back then. Now they make so much more sense that the people that made it in life, they're not any different from the regular people. They're just the people that never chose to give up.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep on going, and you would definitely make it. It's like it's like baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. And those baby steps is what will take you to the goal. Because a lot of people want to go from a baby step to flying. You can't do that. You got to go from crawling.
You have to crawl before you walk. You have to walk before you jog. You have to jog before you run. That kind of thing.
So it's like baby step and just focus. Discipline I've learned discipline, resilience, persistence, consistency, and that craziness of I will make it, because people will doubt you.
Mm-hmm.
And people that doubt you will be the same people that will support you.
Absolutely.
So, just keep on going and focus, and you just got to know what is your why. Your why keeps you going.
Good. You must know your purpose.
Yeah.
I remember I used to, my first son had this friend that, he said, the guy, I met him once, he said, he just wants to, all he wants to do in his life is to trade on Robinhood. You know, at the time it didn't make some sense, but I kept the guy close to me. I didn't let him go too far. So every time I ring him, how much you made this month? $8,000. I said, you don't sound happy. I said that's last month it was 15. Remember I told you 15, 18,000. As a month I talked to him, he made, was it 20 or 30 something? I'm like, wow, in America? He said, how do you do that? I'm on Robinhood. You should come teach me. You know what he told me? He said it's going to cost me. I said, no, he said that's part of it. That the month I asked him, he said that month is not going well. So he probably charged me 5,000 to make up for his shortfall. But he's doing very well. He's bought his house. He's about getting married now too,
Yeah.
And it does look like that marriage is a tricky part, Yeah. Because you mix business, success, the time, and all that. Anyway, it's not important. You're a businessman. You get there. Don't worry. You're
fantastic. I get it.
Yeah. There's a reason for everything, and you chose rightly. And when push came to shove, you make the best decision. That's why I always tell people: number one, have a personal relationship with your creator. Very, very important.
Absolutely.
Very, very important. Second advice I give is try and make sure you have financial independence. That first two you've gotten. The third one is make sure you have a very stable nuclear family. You're gonna get that. I see that happening very soon.
Oh yeah, I receive that.
Yeah, it's happening. Yeah. So what advice would you give to individuals looking to start their own nonprofit, or people that really want to make a difference in their community? What kind of advice do you have for them?
My advice for whoever wants to start a nonprofit or make a difference is it goes back to the same thing I've been saying. You have to know, why are you doing this? Because if you don't know why you're doing it, you're not going to last. That's the main thing. Why am I doing this? And then I have strict values, morals, and ethics for yourself as a person. So you can take that into the nonprofit or business or whatever you're trying to do. So that way, whoever wants to be on your team or want to support you has to have the same values. So that way they don't pour dirt into what you're already doing. That's what I'm saying. It's not about the money. Money is good. But if somebody has money, but with bad ethics, that makes me look bad. And I don't want that. Because I know the purpose of what I'm doing is to change lives. Not for somebody to come and want to pour money on me and then they want to mess up my image. So you just got to know, why are you doing this? What you're trying to do. Get a good team together. And you can't force a good team. People will come and leave. But people that are meant to stay there will stay without you telling them to stay.
Absolutely.
But you determine that. You set the tone. So that's my little nuggets for anybody that's trying to profit.
Most of my guests, right, when you finish talking, it just goes back to me. It resonates with me because those are the things I believe in. And you might not say it in those words that I use, but it's the same thing. The first thing for me there is that if you want something done, do it yourself. I mean, unfortunately, you can't do everything yourself, but if you really want something done, you got to do it yourself.
Okay.
The second thing for me, and I, from what you've said, you obviously share it, is that if you think about what people will say, you will not do anything. Absolutely not. You'll not do anything. Like, what was this? Follow your business. The eyes on the ball. You've said it, but not in my words. That's what you said. The third and most important, in my opinion, is that you can't give what you don't have. Do you understand? You can't give what you don't have. It's as rudimentary as rudiment itself. I'm telling you, you can't. We can't all be leaders. We can't all be doctors. You must know your purpose. Find your purpose, impact. I mean, when I was looking at a profile, my favorite word there was humanity. I mean, so I was like, man, so I was following you and you're doing well. You're a startup, good business startup. You're running a very, very successful business. It's not easy, I know, but you're there, and you now go all the way, leave your comfort zone all the way to Africa. Man, it's a lot. Trust me. I have a few friends that went back, invested, and they're on their way back actually right now. They're just like, but there's a lot of money to be made in Africa too. Yeah, there's a lot
absolutely boatload.
Yeah.
Boatload.
Real estate, so many things. But at the end of the day, the people need empowerment. People need empowerment. I tell people Nigerians are the most educated migrating bloc to North America. I've sat down with very educated people tell me it's even to 3 of the 7 continents of the world. They give me statistics in Australia, excuse me, and so on and so forth. Europe, I think, is a bit tricky, but but I'm so glad that you're doing what you're doing. Don't stop it. And I look forward to see you expanding, Please send me all your information, even the GoFundMe and all that, so that I can put it in the chat box for this. Damola Adeoti, thank you for your time. God bless you. You do you. I'm saying you, not just you man's job, you man's job. And keep doing it. You're a fantastic orator too. I think you should go to politics, because your deliverables, the way you attain your deliverables are also fantastic.
I appreciate it.
So don't overlook that. I watch you talk, and I don't get impressed easily. So So I've listened to you. I watch you repeatedly, and I think you have a way to nail your point.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, and you speak from the heart, which also is very, very important.
Sir.
I can imagine you pitching some multinational or something to come and invest in. I'm sure it would be a slam dunk.
Amen.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna do it, and you got to be there too.
I'm all yours. Trust me.
First class. I said you got to get that man.
I will. Amen. For me to, I scrutinize before I even bring people. You might not even know I'm doing that. You understand? That's most of my guests. I'll have been following. Doing a lot of due diligence, and like what we're doing now is startup and innovators. This is just to encourage anybody that has a startup, a business, or an idea. You understand? And it's to put it out there to people. Now, guess what? About 6 of my past guests, they're all doing business together. Not all the 6 of them, but 3 of them have merged to form a company. They're all doing the same thing, but now they're synergized, because I told them it's better to own 5% of a conglomerate than 100% of a small time. You understand? So another 2 have merged now. So that's what I do, So mine is just to look. It's humanity too in its own way. You understand? So thank you for your time, Damola, and I look forward to bringing you back. In the future, when you expand to Ghana and Kenya.
Part of the vision. And guess what?
Ghana and Kenya. Go to Nairobi, bro. Go to Accra.
It's going to happen.
They're waiting for you, because they watch. I follow us in Ghana. I've in Kenya, so they're gonna watch this.
It's gonna happen. All right. It has to happen.
It has to happen, man.
So
to our viewers, that's my guy, great guy, fantastic guy, Damola Adeoti, humanist. Change agent. He's a businessman, entrepreneur, and the rest is history. He's one of those you should watch out for in the future. All right. So thank you. It's a wrap there. Once again, Damola, thanks for coming. Thanks for your time. And God bless you all, everybody watching. Take care and keep subscribing.
God bless you. Thank you.